Hello and welcome to the channel and welcome to my first Nest With Me video as I prepare for baby number 3. My name is Marissa. I am currently 34 weeks pregnant with baby boy number 3 and it is time to get some stuff done because I really haven't done much in regards to preparing for this baby. So it's time to get some stuff done. I will say I have ordered some things. I have some things on the way. I've bought some stuff and we just have stuff kind of like floating around the house. Since this is my third boy, I do also have some stuff already from my last 2. However, I still feel like I have a lot to do and I really just want to start checking some stuff off of my list. Now, I would love to be in the nursery putting that together and showing you guys how I'm organizing it all and decorating and all that fun stuff. However, that's on hold for right now because my husband, Nick, is still working on doing some things before we can even get in there and start painting. But that is coming. That will be in one of my future videos. I will show you the nursery. I will show you how we did it. I will show you the process of it. I'll show you how to organize it and all that fun stuff. But for right now, we can't get in there and do that just yet. I do also have to put together like our changing station that we'll have in our bedroom. That will probably be one of my next videos. I'm just still waiting on a couple things there. And then I do also have to pack my hospital bag, but it's still a little bit too early for that. So today we're gonna start with putting together my bedside nursing basket for those late night feedings. I wanna have a basket ready to go for me, so I'm prepared for that. And then I'm also gonna put together my postpartum care baskets for the bathroom. I've seen a lot of moms on here share like those 3-tier carts where they have like baby stuff on top, nursing stuff in the middle, and just like, you know, they have just one of those carts in their rooms, which is fantastic. I was like this close to ordering one of those carts and doing that. However, I just think for us, for me personally, and just how we plan to do things, how things are gonna work for us specifically, I just think doing it this way is gonna work a lot better than having that set up, which I will talk more about that when I put together his changing station in our bedroom and just kind of show you what we're gonna do there. So let's do that. I'm gonna show you all the stuff that I have and then we're gonna put it all together in our basket and it's gonna be good to go. So anyways, getting into it. First things first, I am going to be nursing. So I nursed my last 2 boys for a full year without any issues. And I am so grateful for that because I know that's not the case for most moms. But because I've done it twice already, because I know how to do it, because I know my body's able to do it, I don't foresee me having many issues with it this time around. Now that could change. I know that things happen. I know that, you know, it's not always guaranteed, but I'm basing it off the fact that I will be breastfeeding. So a lot of the things that I show you is just going to be pertaining to that, especially when it comes to my bedside basket. So keep that in mind. But first things first is my breast pump. So this is the LV, I think it's the LV Stride. This is the pump that I had with my last baby. I do have another pump on the way because if you didn't know this, most insurances will actually cover your breast pump for you. So take full advantage of that. The website that I went through, I think it's called Aeroflow. I'll put it down below so you can reference it. But all you have to do is go in there, put your insurance information in, and they will show you which ones are covered by your insurance. Some of them are covered fully, some of them are partially covered. You can also get like extra things, usually through your insurance, like lactation classes and breastfeeding classes. I didn't sign up for those just because I've done it before, so I know how to do it. But most insurances will cover your breast pump. So I got this one with my last baby, and I do have another one on the way for this baby because you get one for every baby you're having. I think the one I'm getting is called, I think it's the Mom Cozy one. They're both like the portable ones, like the wearable ones that you can like walk around and do stuff with. They're fantastic. I love them. With my first, I didn't have that. My first is 7 now, so I don't even know if they were like a thing back then. They definitely weren't as common as they are now. Back then, I just had one that like plugged into the wall and you were kind of like stuck where you were. Whereas these ones, you can walk around, you can do stuff, which is fantastic, especially when you have other kids that you gotta be chasing around. So this is what it looks like. This is like your little battery pack where you adjust like the intensity and all that type of stuff. This is rechargeable. And then this is what goes like in your bra and you put on your boob. There is another, what's it called? Another tube that goes to it that attaches onto it. So you can do both of them. However, in my nursing basket in the middle of the night, I typically will just pump one side, especially at the beginning when your baby's not eating as much. Like for mine, I tend to have a pretty big supply, which again, very grateful for. But mine usually will just nurse on one side and then I pump the other side just because I literally have to, or else it will be so painful. So I usually will just do one side and then I'm nursing on the other side, at least at the beginning, up until the point where baby gets bigger and he can eat on both sides. I have this in my nursing basket, and then this is the charger that goes with it, whether I keep this in the basket or just in my nightstand itself. Next, I have my Haka. So this, I think it's just called the Haka Ladybug. I do have the original, just normal Haka coming. It's in the mail, it's on its way. I got this one with my last baby. I will say I did not use it a whole ton, but with the Ladybug one, it's just a lot more low profile, so you can like wear it in your bra. And what it does is it basically just catches your letdown. So like if you're feeding on one side, usually you'll have a little bit of letdown on the other side, so you can just put this on there and it'll catch it for you. I know that there's a lot of moms out there that rave about the Haka. Like I said, personally, I didn't use it that much, but I didn't get this until my baby was a little bit older. I didn't have this right off the bat, so maybe I will use it more this time around. That's kind of why I ordered the normal Haka too. The normal Haka you can also manually breast pump if you want to. So I have this in here just in case, I don't know, like I don't pump the one side and I want to just catch the letdown. We'll see. But let me just share my thoughts on this real quick. I don't know what happened between when I had my first baby and when I had my second baby. Like I said, there's a 6-year age gap between the two of them. I don't know what happened, but there is like this huge pressure on moms now to have this massive backstock of breast milk in their freezers. You need to pump, you need to like save up all this supply, like you need to be hooked up to some sort of pumping device at all times. I don't know where that came from because it was not really a thing when I had my first, but when I had my second, I'm seeing moms all over the place posting their freezers just full of frozen breast milk, which is fantastic. Okay, if you can do that, if that's what you want to do, you go for it. But me personally, I didn't do much pumping with either of my babies. With my second, I did do quite a bit of it at the beginning because I was on maternity leave from work and I thought I was going back to work. So I was trying to get like a good backstock in so I could like have that ready to go for when I did go back to work. But once I was 100% sure that I wasn't going back to work, and once my baby got a little bit bigger and he was feeding on both sides and he was feeding pretty consistently and my milk supply kind of regulated out, I didn't do a whole lot of pumping and I didn't have a whole lot of milk in the freezer. I did still have some left over from when I created a big backstock from the beginning, but you do not need to have this massive backstock in your freezer unless, for one, that's just what you want to do. Like if that makes you feel better, if that's just what you want to do, go for it. Or if like you are working and you want to have that supply, go for it. But if you are a new mom and you are stressing out about having this massive freezer full of breast milk, you don't have to. I contact fed most of my babies, as if I have a gazillion babies. What I meant to say is I contact fed most of the time for my babies, aside from, like I said, the times when I needed to pump or, when I thought I was going back to work. So I will get off my soapbox now. I just felt like I needed to say that, especially if you're a new mom and you're planning on nursing or pumping and you feel like you have to do all that. You really don't. Just contact feeding your baby. It will suffice for the most part. But I do have that in my nursing basket just so I have it, just so it's ready. I also will say that I do like having a little bit of milk in the freezer just in case somebody's watching him, or I don't know if this is like a mom thing, or let me know if you can relate to this or maybe you're normal, but my brain a lot of times goes to like worst case scenario. So like I a lot of times will think about like, what if something happens to me and I can't feed my baby? I know formula exists, like that's fine. And that's totally fine. But like, that's where my mind goes. So I'm like, I do want to have a little bit of backstock because of that. But other than that, I contact feed for the most part. But I do have that in my basket just so it's ready, especially for those early days. On the same topic of breastfeeding, I do have some nipple cream in here. I actually have this left over from my last baby. I didn't use it all. Luckily, I'm, again, very grateful for this, but my nipples don't get too chapped when I nurse. They do a little bit at the beginning just because you got to get used to it, but I have a lot left. So this is just the Organic Nipple Balm by Lancino. I think that's how you pronounce it. So I have that. And then I do have this other one. I think this came in like a little gift, like a gift bag thing that somebody got for me. But this is the Honest Company Calm Your Nip Balm. So I have that too. And then I'm going to put a bunch of burp rags in here. Because if this baby is anything like my last baby spit up so much. And he wasn't colicky. He didn't have like a dairy allergy, nothing like that. What his pediatrician told me and what my midwife told me was that I had a really strong letdown. So he was just getting a lot at once. And when he was done eating, he would just like spit up a lot of it. So every single time I fed him, without fail, he would spit up so much to the point where I didn't know how he was even gaining weight, because I'm like, are you even getting any in your stomach? Because I think it's all coming back up. But he gained weight. He was a chunky baby, like he was fine. But anyways, I'm gonna have a bunch of burp rags in here. And then last couple things, I have some lotion because my hands are drier than the Sahara Desert. I do have eczema on my hands, and we are coming out of the winter months, so it's kind of bad right now. It was worse, but it's getting a little bit better. I'm hoping by springtime it's a lot better. But I'm gonna put some lotion in here so that it's ready to go. I can use it. This lotion, by the way, is phenomenal. I also have like the canister of it with the twist top, and like there's a pump top too, which is fantastic too. And then I do also have this brand, the Vanna Cream Face Moisturizer. It's so good. It is not sexy. It is unscented, but it's amazing. And when you have a baby, especially a newborn, I wash my hands all the time, so I'm always putting on lotion after that. But anyways, I have some lotion in there. And then I'm gonna put a couple hair ties because I do not like nursing or burping babies with my hair down. So that's in there. And then I have some chapstick because my lips get a little bit chapped. And lastly, some tissues, because ain't nobody got time for boogers in the middle of the night when you are nursing your baby. Okay, it is the next day. I did not get as much done yesterday as I wanted to. I just ran out of time before we had to take my oldest to swimming, and then it was dinner time, and then it was get kids ready for bed and bath and all that type of stuff. The day just gets away from you sometimes, especially when you homeschool and you have two kids who are in two completely different phases of life. I have a 7-year-old and an 18-month-old, and literally, like, it's funny. A couple days ago, our 7-year-old lost his like 9th tooth. Like, he lost a tooth a couple days ago. And our 18-month-old, I noticed last night when I was brushing his teeth that he has 2 molars on the top coming through. So he's cutting teeth. And then our oldest is losing his teeth. But yeah, so that's all happening, and it's just funny to think about how they're in totally different phases of life. But it's okay. We're gonna finish up, and I just need to put together my postpartum care kits that I'm gonna have in my bathrooms. I'm gonna put 2 together because I'm gonna put one in our master bathroom, and I'm gonna put one in the bathroom downstairs, which our house is split. So like upstairs is where all the bedrooms are, and then downstairs is where all the like the living area is. So during the day, I'm gonna be spending most of my time downstairs, and then obviously we come up here at night. So I wanna have 2 baskets to have in those 2 bathrooms. Also, just so you guys know, I am having a C-section. My last one ended up in an emergency C-section. That's a story for another day. Everything was fine, everything, you know, totally fine. But this time around, I'm having another C-section because the hospital that I deliver at, unfortunately, does not do VBACs. So if you don't know what that means, it's a vaginal birth after cesarean. Funny story, I did not know what a VBAC was when my midwife told me that I wasn't going to be able to get a VBAC because they don't do VBACs at the hospital that I deliver at. I thought she meant like one of those vacuum machines that sucks out the baby. Oh my God. I don't know who let me have kids. And I was like, oh, they just don't have one of those machines at this hospital. No, it stands for vaginal birth after cesarean. So they don't do those at this hospital. So this baby is going to be another C-section. So my postpartum care is going to be a little bit different if like you are having a natural birth. There were some things like with my first, I had a natural delivery, didn't even have an epidural, like everything went great. But my recovery from that birth was a lot different than my recovery from my second one. And you know, my second one, it was an emergency C-section, so I didn't really know what to expect, and I wasn't able to like plan ahead for it. So now that I kind of know the things that I'm gonna need and you know what recovery from a C-section looks like, I have a little bit of a better idea of what I want to put together for my recovery basket. So there's gonna be some things in here that I need because I'm having a C-section, but you might not need if you're delivering naturally. There's some things that you might need that I won't need, you know, because of the differences there. So let me go through, I'm gonna show you everything I got, and then we'll put the baskets together. I gotta show you guys this. Like, it's hilarious. I keep looking over here because this is where all the stuff is, but like, just look. These are all like either, oh my God, these are all either pads or like my adult diapers. I think I have more diapers for myself than I do for the baby right now, but I will most likely go through all of these. Some of these I had left over from my last baby, so I have some open packs from that, and then I bought some more as well. But anyway, I have all of my pads. Let me just show you guys. So these are basically like adult diapers. Aren't they cute with their little bow on the front? So I got these for my second, and this is the pack. I still have a ton left from the pack from before. I didn't really use them a whole ton with him. I don't know why. I saw so many people raving about them and they love them for postpartum. And I will admit, like, they were comfortable, but I don't know. It was just something about like basically throwing away your underwear every single time you went to the bathroom. It just was, I don't know. It was weird to me. So like I just wore my normal underwear and then just put pads in. So I don't know, but I did get more this time around. I probably won't end up using all of these, and I'm gonna look back on this and be like, why did you get all that, Marissa? Because you know you weren't gonna use it. But I did get them just to have them, because just so you know, even if you have a C-section, you do bleed a lot postpartum. Like you still bleed a lot. So you wanna be prepared for that. So I have these. I'm gonna put a few in each of my baskets. And then I have all different kinds of pads. So I have, these ones are all like ones I had left over from last baby. So I have just like different absorbencies. Like these ones are a little bit thinner for like later on when things start to calm down a little bit. These are a little bit heavier. These are a bit heavier. So I have these. These might have been from like what the hospital gave me, because I don't remember buying these. These are like those super duper thick ones, maybe. I don't know. But I have those. And then I do also have these. So these are max absorbency. I think they're the nighttime ones, but they're thin. They're not like the thick ones. So I got these, and then these are a little less absorbency for like, again, later on when things start to calm down. So I have these. And then I'm gonna I can't believe I'm showing my underwear on YouTube. These are just some extra regular underwear. I got these on Amazon. They're high-waisted, so they come up pretty high, so they kind of tuck you in a little bit, and especially if you have a C-section, they come up above like where your incision's gonna be. So I have these. I'm gonna put an extra pair in just each of the baskets so that when I do start wearing the pads, in case I need an extra pair of those. And then I have some scar cream. So this is the Earth Mama Organic Skin and Scar Balm. I got this, I ordered it like right after I got home from having my last C-section. I can't tell you if it's like gonna clear up your scar, or I can't tell you how good it works, because I started using it like pretty much right from the get-go when I got home and I was cleared and my bandages came off and my midwife said I could start using it. So I don't know what my scar would have looked like or how my scar would have healed had I not used it, but I did use it, and I will say my scar isn't super dark. It did seem to heal fairly quickly. However, it could have been like that anyway. So I don't know, but I did like it for last time, so I got it for this time. This is something new that I'm using this time around, and it's these C-section silicone scar patches. They're just the Freedom On ones. They're flexible, transparent, and waterproof for healthy scar formation. My plan is to put on my scar cream and then put one of these on there. Last time I just put the scar cream on and then my underwear came up above my scar, so like that just covered it. But I'm hoping that these help a little bit more with just the healing process. It says each patch is reusable up to 7 days. So I can reuse these. And then I'm going to throw just a pack of these flushable wet wipes in each of the baskets. I like to have these in our bathrooms anyways, but they're nice to have just for a little bit more comfort when you are wiping. I would recommend these even if you aren't having a C-section. And then these, I would definitely recommend these. These are the Tux medicated cooling pads. They have witch hazel in them. I would definitely recommend getting these if you are not having a C-section. If you're delivering naturally, you're gonna want these, okay? One thing that they did not tell me about having a baby is that your butthole will never be the same. It will never be the same back there. So although I'm not pushing a baby out and I'm less susceptible for hemorrhoids, and obviously I'm not gonna be tearing or anything like that, I still wanna have these on hand just for some extra comfort when I'm wiping. So let's go through and load these baskets up and get them put away. I've seen a lot of women rave about I think they're the Freedom Mom disposable underwear, and I was going to get those. However, it just didn't make sense to me. Like, I will wear the disposable diaper things. I'll wear those until things start to calm down, and then I'll just wear my underwear with a pad. It just feels excessive to have disposable underwear that you'll put a pad in. Just during the time of when things are really heavy, I'll just wear these and I'll dispose of those versus having disposable diaper plus disposable underwear. I'll just wear my normal underwear and put a pad in it. Maybe I changed my mind, but I've never had the disposable underwear prior to, aside from the ones that they give you at the hospital, so I think I'll be fine. So this one's set for now. This one will go in our master bathroom. Now this one will be for our downstairs bathrooms. This is the downstairs bathroom, and then I have my master bathroom one that just has the Scar cream and then the Scar pads in there. So I think we're good to go. By the way, if you're a first-time mom and you didn't know this, you will probably get a lot of stuff from the hospital as well. So that's one thing I didn't think about. They'll probably send me home with a bunch of pads and probably some of those disposable underwear as well. So that will be coming probably, but at least this gives me a good starting point. Also, if you are delivering naturally, one thing you probably have seen other moms show that I didn't is one of those like peri bottle things to like squirt and clean out your hoo-ha. You will definitely want one of those for postpartum if you are delivering naturally. The hospital does typically give you one, but it's just, I think of like a ketchup bottle. You kind of have to like finagle it to like squirt upwards. Whereas the Freedom Mom one has the curved squirter, the curved whatever it's called. So you can squirt the bottle and it'll like shoot up. I won't need that because I'm not gonna be doing any tearing down there, obviously. But if you are delivering naturally, that's something I would definitely recommend grabbing. It feels so good to check those things off of my to-do list. Even though I am 34 weeks pregnant, because I'm having a C-section, I actually have it scheduled a week before my due date. So while technically I'm like 34 and a half weeks pregnant, I'm thinking about it as if I'm 35 and a half weeks pregnant because I'm going to be going in and having him a week before my due date. So we're getting a little bit down to the wire. I still have a lot left to do, like the nursery and my bedside changing station and packing the hospital bag. And I still have to sterilize everything. I don't know if I mentioned this, but my pump and my Haka that I put in my nightstand basket, I do still have to sterilize those things. Got to do some laundry, and there's a lot more coming. If you're into this type of stuff, I hope that you subscribe, stick around, because there is a lot more coming. Also, when I was putting everything away, I did run into this. I forgot I had gotten it. So this is the Freedom Mom C-section recovery band. With my last one, I did get like a, I don't know exact, I think they're just like the belly bands, like the girdle thing that kind of holds you in. It was okay. I used it a little bit, but I felt it was more uncomfortable than anything. For me, like, it didn't really help me a ton. I do still have it, so I can use it if I want to. But what I really liked about this one is that it comes with ice packs. So you can either use them hot or cold. And what I did really like with my last one, having an ice pack on, especially my scar. So I didn't have this last time, so I just I have these like long ice packs and I just put them in my underwear, basically. But this one, you can put the ice pack right in there, and then you can also put it in this like back pocket as well, which if you have a C-section / are planning on nursing, your back will kill you. There's like no avoiding it, because if you're having a C-section, your core is compromised, so your back is making up for it. And if you're nursing, you are just like this, like all the time, just such bad posture. So this will be pretty helpful. I'm not gonna put this in like my bathroom baskets or anything like that, but I just wanted to show you in case you are having a C-section, you can grab this and hopefully it'll help you. But that is all for today. Like I said, it feels really, really good to check this off my to-do list, but we still have a lot left to do. I do still have time, but I just feel like I'm just in full nesting mode. I've been nesting a little bit up to this point, but it's been in the form of like cleaning my house like a mad woman. But it feels good to just start checking some like baby specific stuff off the list. Please let me know in the comments if there's anything you noticed that I missed, or any must-haves that you had postpartum that really, really helped you out, especially if you had a C-section. And leave your tips and tricks down in the comments too for any other moms that are watching this video and maybe are looking for some advice, especially you first-time moms out there. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that this was helpful for some of you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you are into this and you want to see all of the other stuff that we have going on and everything else that I have coming for just planning for this baby and everything else. But outside of that, I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.